All right, so I'm not typically one to chime in with hot takes on news and things like that, but I saw this article a few weeks ago. It's an interview with Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei, where he's talking about how AI could erase half of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 5 years. And then I saw an update this morning where it was saying it was more like 2 years. So I wanted to chime in on this, give a little bit of a hot take. Like, I'm in no position to be, contradicting the experts in this field, and Amodei says that he's saying these things to help people prepare and make sure that there's no massive financial crisis with employment going down as a result of these technologies. But personally, I'm maybe a little bit less doomsday about all this stuff. Maybe that'll age like milk, and I'll be back on here in 6 months saying that my opinion was wrong. But basically, one of the things that it said, and this is why I'm speaking on this, is that it mentioned that content production would be one of those entry-level white-collar jobs that might go away in the next 2 years. And I had a couple thoughts on that, a couple reasons why I'm not totally sold on that quite yet. The first is just time and execution to create content. The second is having expertise to operate these tools. And the third is strategy and implementation. So just kicking off right off the bat here with time and execution. As a content agency owner, I work with contractors for a ton of the work that we do. I have definitely, I'll be the first to tell you, I've leaned into AI heavily. I've built out, really good prompt architecture that we can use that I can hand off to my contractors to build or to create content faster. That being said, though, I still don't think that there's any way that I could do all the volume of content across all the platforms and all the clients that we have by myself, even with AI. So that being said, I'm still going to need those people with those skills to handle more of the execution. And the second thing here is, everybody seems to act like AI is a magic bullet, but it takes a lot of time to figure out how to use these tools, how to use them properly. Obviously, it's really easy to use AI to create kind of lackluster content, but that's not the content that performs. And over time, as the sea of content gets deeper, but not necessarily better, you can believe that there will be stopgaps put in place to keep people from creating just a huge volume of terrible content. And to be honest, AI content that's not been finessed and doesn't have any strategy behind it, it's really, really transparent. I could go through my LinkedIn feed right now, not to call anybody out, but I could tell you which posts easily are AI generated. There's a lot of tells, there's a lot of signals. It's the way it feels robotic. So in order to get quality out of it, you still need time and skills to use to understand how to use the platforms, and you still have to know what good looks like. You can't create good content if you don't know what good content looks like. So I think that's a foundational skill that will still be there. And then the through thread for all this isn't necessarily one of these white collar entry level jobs, but strategy. If you're creating content with no strategy, it's not going to make a difference, and you're basically going to be wasting time. So how long is it going to be before AI can, look at your buyer journey for your co-working space, identify all the touch points that you need, build a email marketing campaign around it, and then implement it? You still need to have strategy behind everything you do to inform the content that you're creating, to make sure that it's quality, to make sure that it performs. And then once you have all those things in place, you still need someone to manage the actual execution of developing content, which isn't as easy as it might sound. I can't think of a marketing manager internally in an organization who would want to add content creation, even with the help of AI tools, into their daily repertoire of responsibilities. Same applies for a co-working operator or a community manager who might be tasked with these kind of things. So just because it makes it faster and it makes it easier doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a silver bullet and it'll just be done for you. There's still a lot that goes into it. So I've seen stats here and there talking about how the trend of AI has been kind of an upward. I don't know if you're thinking about a graph, it's been up and right, but people are speculating that soon it's going to become a wall where it shoots straight up. So I use AI all the time. I love AI. I think it's really helpful. Is it good or bad for us ultimately? TBD, I'm not really sure. But I'm as pessimistic and doomsday about this as some people might be. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe time will prove me wrong. But that's just where I'm at now. So I don't think that half of entry-level white-collar jobs will be eliminated in the next 1 to 5 years or 2 years or whatever the window is. I think that people will have to learn to use those tools, which will change the landscape. But as I said, I don't think it's a silver bullet. Maybe I'm too optimistic. Maybe I'm too positive. Would love to hear everybody's feedback. Let me know what you think in the comments.